Visiting with Wayne State head football coach Dan McLaughlin on signing day. Coach, an exciting time for Wayne State football today. Talk about what this day has been like for you and your staff.
Well, it's always an exciting day when you get to sign a whole new crop of new members of the family. As it is at every school, you know, all of the colleges and universities and that play football in the country are excited today and fired up about their new additions as we are as well. Very pleased with the kids that we've signed, but in reality, you know, you don't know for probably 2 years before you can get an accurate assessment as to how good it really is. But we're really pleased with this class.
When you as a coaching staff start putting together ideas for a recruiting class, you have areas of needs or emphasis. Do you feel that you met some of those or all of those with your recruits today?
Absolutely. We had some specific areas that we needed to focus on. The first one was offensive linemen. We did not sign an offensive lineman last year, so there were no offensive linemen in the class last year, and just there weren't a lot of kids, number one, to choose from, and those that were, we just weren't able to convince to be Wildcats, and so that was a huge priority for us, and we were able to sign 8 offensive linemen and some really quality kids there. So that was probably our number one priority. We also needed to sign a couple of quarterbacks, simply because our depth issue there was not good, and we were able to do that. Had a couple of really kind of knock it out of the park signees at that position. We needed some secondary help, and we were able to take care of that. We needed a punter, and we signed probably the best punter in the Midwest in Colton Huff out of Burke High School in Omaha. So we're very pleased there, and you know, in general, a good class. But in terms of what we had to have, we really feel like we addressed those needs.
A lot of emphasis placed on Nebraska and Iowa, looks like.
Yes, and that's really always the case. We're always going to recruit Nebraska and Iowa as much as we can. We also went into South Dakota and got a couple of nice players that we're very pleased to get. And we also recruited Minnesota and Wisconsin for the first time. So we were the new kids on the block up there, and didn't bring a lot of kids, but we did get some quality, and we're pleased with that. And then, of course, we still reached out. We've got some kids from pretty far away that are coming as well, from California and Florida and Arizona. So we continue to do that, but the vast majority of our kids are fairly close, western Iowa and eastern Nebraska kids.
Majority of the time you try to redshirt the kids like this group of recruiting class, but do you expect some of these kids to possibly have a chance of playing in 2014?
Absolutely. And you know, every year we sign approximately 25. It'll be between 22 and 28 kids, and you know, 80% of those kids, 85% of those kids always redshirt. But every year, 3 or 4 freshmen play, and they will again this year. We just don't know which ones. You know, until they get out on the grass, we won't know. But I'm fairly certain that 3 or 4 freshmen will play. We anticipate a couple of them will play right away, and they'll get every opportunity. Having said that, most of them redshirt just because they're inexperienced, and we've got pretty good players here that they'd have to beat out in order to play. So that's just kind of how the numbers work. But every year a few freshmen play, and it'll be exciting to see which ones step up this year as well.